Happy morning to everyone. Just. Sorry for all of you to be waited. Shall we start now? Let us to start with this chapter. Just make a point of most asked area first of all of you. What are the most asked? Just have a reflection of this. So these are the main topics of this chapter. Okay, I hope that you all must be have prepared and all. So what resources are, and then importance of resources in development, problems of resource depletion, sustainable resource development. So you could see that. But from the board, what questions comes from this chapter, which is very important. Like resources planning is a very important that because we should must aware about that. What type of resources planning related to that, any case study questions can be asked. Then degradation causes, बहुत important topic है for the at present scenario, okay? And land conservation measures also is very important. And sustainable development हमको पता है कि इन्हीं में से questions high chances है आने के, ठीक है? The most important definition, please make a note and all. Are you aware about that and not? No, can you write down in the 2 lines or 3 lines? These are the main definition can be asked. ठीक है? बहुत important है. Please make a note, all of you. Resources, sustainable development. If any questions come related to the resource, sustainable development, resource planning, land degradation, so you should at least start with this introduction line. So you have to just mugged up this line also. And a part of that, it's very important. If 1 marks of 2 marks of questions comes, तो हमको इतना आइडिया होना चाहिए कि किस तरीके से रहता है, ठीक है? So you could just have a look of this. जल्दी से नोट डाउन कर लो. So these are the important question. Now the importance of resources, ये बहुत important है. In that, जब हम importance of resources kind of any questions has been asked, so you need to must present in economic development. Okay, then the provide raw material for the industry. ये याद रखना कि resources का uses कहाँ पे है, why resources are so important. So in that economic development is a very important that you can link. If some example you have to link since past 1,000 years, whatever happened, suppose for an example in our country also, because of what people have come, invader have come for what, to take the resources, because resources only will define what our economic development. So very important, and it even helps in agriculture and energy production. So these are the key terms and key words that you should not forget it. And it's very important what questions comes from this topic. If you see that, why is resource conservation important? तो जब ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया, when this question has been asked, so these are the answers evaluator must be will be trying to find out कि ये है कि नहीं, ठीक है? Again, sustainable development, I said that a very important question, are very common also. Most of the time these questions comes. So here might be some questions balance between development and conservation. इस तरीके से related कुछ case study questions can be asked. Okay, so बहुत important है. Just make a note of this point. Okay, just make sure that you people should must quote these lines, okay? Because these lines are directly from the NCRT book also, and these are the expected answer which the evaluator will be looking in your answer, ठीक है? तो very important point, could you see that geography में क्या क्या है अभी तक? Remember that important definition. I have already shown that important definition. From this 1 marks and 2 marks question can be asked. Then importance of resources, the second one. Third one is sustainable development. Okay, make a note of all of you. These are the chapter wise. You people have to do the practice. Okay, so three I have told. Then the fourth one, which is very, very, very important, resource, very important, and frequently 3 marks and 5 marks of quotient, guarantee kind of it will come. Like resource planning in India, very important. Ki what are the resource planning in our India? So you have to structure your answer. India needs resource planning because why? So might be any case study question also can be framed. ठीक है, कहीं पे भी केस स्टडी क्वेश्चंस भी पूछा जा सकता है यहाँ पे. तो यू हैव टू फर्स्ट राइट डाउन व्हाट आर द प्लानिंग, why, steps, and then the institution, where it's going on, what type of plans is going on. Like for an example, unequal distribution of resources, large population, limited resources. These points are mandatory for you all to write down. अगर हम नहीं लिख रहे हैं, इनमें से कुछ भी भूल गए हैं, तो यार सपोज एनी क्वेश्चन हैज बीन आस्क्ड फॉर द केस स्टडी, यू कैन नॉट जस्टिफाई योर आंसर. तो पूरे आंसर का स्ट्रक्चर जो है इसी में ही है. ठीक है. And steps in resource planning are very very important, which you have to give as a student. Okay, कि हमको steps भी बताना है कि किस तरीके से you have to give the solution of resources planning. Okay, तो ये make the structure of your answer accordingly. तो ये जरूर प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट यू पीपल जस्ट राइट डाउन ऑल्सो जितना लिखोगे, क्योंकि यू डोंट हैव अ टाइम राइट नाउ टू, यू हैव द एग्जाम एंड टुडे ओनली इज द लास्ट डे फॉर यू ऑल to do the practice. Okay, so make sure that these has to be mugged up. At least these line is mandatory line for you people to write down. Okay, now land resources in India, again it's a often asked case study questions. Okay, so this and this 2 point means resource planning in India and land resources in India. These two are the case study based questions make up. The land is used for many purpose. We know that forest, mining, housing, industry, transportation. So here it may can ask the question like the India has limited land resources but high population pressure. Okay, with that they can just give some situation where you have to must keep these points. Concept points: forest, mining, housing, industry, transportation, and agriculture. Okay, so these are the land resources in India. So you need to present your answer accordingly, taking these points, and then you have to present the answer. Okay, so कुछ भी questions comes, any questions comes related to this topic, you should make sure that your answer should be presented with these keywords. So these are the very 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 important keywords. So बहुत important है, इसको हमको ऐड करना है आंसर में. ठीक है. लैंड डिग्रेडेशन वेरी 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 अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट. ये सब की टर्म्स है, रिमेंबर दैट एनी 2-3 क्वेश्चंस कैन बी कंबाइंड. हाईली रिपीटेड क्वेश्चन, एक्सप्लेन कॉजेज ऑफ लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है. तो उसका क्या है रीजन? सपोज टू बी इफ द एग्जामिनर आस्क्स द क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू डिफॉरेस्टेशन. Deforestation is what? That is related to the topic of land degradation. If they have asked the questions about, from the mining activities, so you should know from where. With the industrial waste, over irrigation, whether over grazing, whether deforestation. These key terms and key words are from which topic? These key terms and key topics है land degradation का. So might be they won't ask a directly question now about the land degradation. What they will ask, they may ask you to just give the answer from these key term only. Okay. So ये important key terms है. Please make sure that at least you need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could you see that? Why these 5? Your answer should be structured in these 5 points only. जरूरी है, but ये बहुत highly, अगर if you have noted your answer with these 5 points, so obviously examiner has to give the full marks to you. But if you have missed anything and all, so there is a high chance that they will be looking for what is the next you have you need to write down. तो ये 5 points को तो जरूर हमको highlight करना है. From this chapter you could see that the important keyword, again the entire chapter questions, if you see that high weightage question PYQ को देखते हैं 10 years के जो क्वेश्चंस रिपीट हुए हैं फ्रॉम दीज कीवर्ड्स ओनली. रिसोर्स, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, रिसोर्स प्लानिंग, लैंड डिग्रेडेशन एंड कंजर्वेशन. नाउ यू पीपल हैव अ टेस्ट. ओके, क्या If these five keywords are there, can you people write down right away? Right away. Just think of resources topic दिया गया है या resource planning they have given or land degradation, whatever. I'm not showing any slide, only this slide is there. Meaning is already in front of you. Try to add 10 keywords right now, immediately now. Only 10 keywords I said, only 10. Just see that your IQ level. Are you prepared? Generally, when we see the screen, what you people are thinking, I know resources, I know sustainable development, I know this. Now start writing, you will understand how much you people are aware about that. Only I'm giving 3 minutes of time. Your time started now. Resources related 10 keywords, sustainable development related 10 keywords, resource planning related 10 keywords, and land degradation related 10 words, and conservation related 10 words. So 10 words only. It means keywords I'm talking, only keywords. Time started now. Just check it out. How many of you are well prepared? You will understand now only. जल्दी से चेक करो कितना आता है हमको पता चल जाएगा अभी. Just make sure that you people should maintain the speed. 10 keywords is very small target only I have given, but your IQ level you people have to check now. Check it now. Few of you have shared. Try to share better in the group. Share in the group, in your chat. I have given the access. Okay. So see here, 5 minutes. I said 3 minutes is a 5 minutes. Many of you are still not able to do. This is what you people have to check now. If perfect answer, perfect marks, if you wanted to get 5 out of 5, 3 out of 5, the keywords has to be ready with you. What I'm showing to you all, keywords only. You all are not understanding. You might be knowing the answer, but I am giving the direct answer which you will write for what the examiner will be giving the marks. See, I am a social teacher actually, and I only check under me for so many hundred, not thousands of the copy under me. So try to understand what I'm guiding to you all. What I'm showing, you people have to check to write like that. Okay? when the second verification, third verification, if means your teachers and all have done the correction of the 10th board, after that it comes to the expert only. So my main area is Hindi and social only. So we will be looking for these type of answers only. So that's the reason I'm guiding to your, please take that guidance and all. If you write these lines, these key terms, examiner will has to give then only the full marks. Otherwise, full marks should not be given. Okay? आप लोग सही भी लिख रहे, if you're writing the right also, we won't give the full marks till the time keywords has not been mentioned. So out of 4, might be you will get 3 marks. Out of 4, you maximum you can score 3.5, but not the 4, not 5 full marks. The reason is we are only searching for the keywords. That's the reason why I'm sharing in all the slide keywords, the important topic, important questions, and these are the words. So that's the reason undertake as a final revision and try to mug up all these things. ठीक है, ये बहुत important है for you all to must understand how to write. These are the most important questions which comes, and obviously this year also the question will be around this only. इन्हीं में से क्वेश्चंस आएंगे इस चैप्टर में से, और कहीं से नहीं आते, बस ट्विस्ट होगा, a bit of twist only. What are causes of land degradation? Or supposed to be not what, how are causes, how it impact, like that way only they will test. Or otherwise explain what happened since past 50 years in our country India on land degradation. So like that way only they will change. But answer should be how? Answer should be in this manner only. Got it? So they will be looking for these keywords. ये 5 keywords में हमारे आंसर होने चाहिए. Deforestation, overgrazing, mining activities, industrial waste, over irrigation. Got it? Whether they ask how, why, comparison, anything, they are making you too confused. But your answer should be like this. Okay? So these are the very important questions. Please make a note and all. जल्दी से लिखो, इसको कर दो. Yes, Brahman.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, beta.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. When some questions are asked, like natural gas is an important factor in economics of India,
हाँ.
in what steps should we write the answer?
See, natural gas, any questions,
Mm.
just leave about the natural gas, okay? Any questions when it comes. What is the keyword here?
Natural gas,
So
Indian economy.
do you know the introduction of the natural gas? Think now. हाँ, अब समझ में आ गया? So
Yes.
first is what? Introduction.
Introduction.
So what I wanted to tell to you all, find out the keyword meaning.
Mm.
What I have shown the previous slide, meaning means what? If the resources related any questions come, you should start with the introduction, the meaning, so that they will understand you know the meaning. So the time in natural gas they have asked, you should know the introduction line na? What are the natural gases?
Mm.
And then the answer should be. So anytime the answer will be how the natural gases related, any questions asked, what are the 5 points you feel very important? What are the 5 points? In that only you have to go with the overview. Got it?
Mm.
5 key points and then the example, then your overview. So this is only the practice actually for any topic. Chapter number 2. Now again, most asked area. I'm showing that entire chapter from where the question has been seen. कहाँ से आते हैं, ठीक है? Mostly the question from this chapter, if we see that in past 10 years, conservation method, role of community, wildlife protection efforts. These are the 3 very, 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 very important topic. Okay? जिससे questions आए हैं. Again, I'm repeating last 3 points. You will see that. Chapter explain in this 5-6 terminology. You could see that role of local communities, wildlife, categories of species, conservation of forest. But questions कहाँ से आए हैं? Questions are only 3 only, from where the entire chapter will be roaming here and there. Conservation method, फिर role of communities and wildlife protection. ये तीनों बहुत important topic है. ठीक है। सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम दिस चैप्टर क्या प्रिपेयर करना है, कम्युनिटी, कंजर्वेशन मेथड एंड वाइल्ड लाइफ. व्हाट इज द कीवर्ड, वाइल्ड लाइफ, कम्युनिटीज एंड कंजर्वेशन, ये थी. तो डू यू हैव इंट्रोडक्शन लाइन ऑफ कंजर्वेशन, डू यू हैव द इंट्रोडक्शन लाइन ऑफ कम्युनिटी, डू यू हैव द लाइन ऑफ वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन? इफ नॉट देन व्हाई? So this is very, 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 very important for you all. So it's very, very important for every one of you to just prepare on that. ठीक है, जल्दी से लिख लो इसको. Just green pen देखो मेरे पास. अब these are the important definitions. See again the definition as whatever I said, conservation के two lines है कि नहीं, do you have the two lines of that, wildlife do you have or not? So here could you see that why I gave, if any questions comes related to the wildlife, you should know how to start. Conservation, how to start. Then extinct species, you should know how to start. So ये सारे के सारे anyhow introduction line also is for you. Even the 1 or 2 marks of any questions come, you should be able to give the answer in these 2 lines. Okay, so it's very important. Please have a note of that. कि you should must be aware about that. This definition, ठीक है. ये definition ही introduction line है. Definition is nothing, is introduction line also. Okay, so if it comes for the 1 and 2 marks also, you have the answer. If it's not for the 1 and 2 marks, if they have asked some big question, obviously the question will be 3 and 4. अगर 1 and 2 में नहीं आया, तो at least it will come for the 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks. Correct? How you are going to start? This is what the starting line. At least you should narrate in your words, but have to add in this all. Okay. So from this chapter, let us to go for main major question. What can be importance of forests and wildlife? In this, the structure of the answer should be in this 5 point. What is the structure? Maintain ecological balance. Very important point. The second point is what? While importance of forest and wildlife क्यों important है हमारे लिए? Very important. Provide oxygen and clean air. You have heard about the Amazon forest. Amazon forest, even in India also. That Anant Ambani. Okay, very big forest. Have you heard or not? I don't know. So these are the some example you have to take where you can say that why these type of forest has been created by man. Because these all are the forest, man-made forest, no? Why? To provide oxygen and clean air and to balance. And this obviously prevents soil erosion and support biodiversity and provide livelihood to many communities. So these your answer with the 3 marks, 4 marks, 5 marks. These 5 area is mandatory to write down. If the 5 marks of question, then keep this 5. If 3 to 4 marks, at least 4 you take, because this is a frequent asked concept question. यानी कि मतलब क्या है? Whether they ask for the forest, wildlife, anything. Okay? Keyword is forest or keyword is a wildlife, whatever. But answer structure should be in this only. ठीक है? Causes of depletion of forest. Again, very common board question. बहुत रिपीट होता है कहीं. ओके, वेदर 2 मार्क्स के लिए भी पूछ सकते हैं, 3 मार्क्स के लिए भी पूछ सकते हैं, 4 मार्क्स के लिए भी पूछ सकते हैं. एक्सप्लेन causes of depletion of forest. This is the 4 marks of 5 marks of question. Whenever explain comes, explain का मतलब ही होता है 4 or 5 marks. Many times I have told that whenever the question has asked for the explain, it means what? मतलब कि एग्जाम्पल जरूर लिखना है. मैंडेटरी टू राइट डाउन द एग्जाम्पल. ठीक है, ये हमको याद रखना है. ठीक है, सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जस्ट मेक अ नोट ऑफ एन ऑल. So could you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 कितने पॉइंट है? 5 है. तो मेजर लॉस ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, agriculture expansion, urbanization, mining and industrial development, overgrazing, and construction of dam and roads. All These all are the things are the part of development of the infra. But see that how these are causing the depletion of the forest. So as a smart student, critical students, you need to present in a such a way. Suppose a question has come. India is moving towards a lot of infra development and all. What you feel that is it really harming or giving really development? That critically you need to bring that. Yes, because you cannot say no, not directly, because we need a dam, we need industries, we need urbanization. But how your critical answer should be given so that depletion of the forest also should be stopped. Understood? See, simple है. हम एक जगह पे कुछ अच्छा कर रहे हैं. Okay, we wanted to develop one area. As a student, I'm giving one answer to you. We wanted to make a dam and anything in one area, okay, or a very big industry. So we will cut down all the trees and all, we'll remove. But how we have to think that how much, like 100 trees we have taken, that tree has to be planted somewhere or not? So like that way, some solution you people have to give. Okay, nothing wrong to go towards the urbanization, but how we have to make in a such a way the balance of this universe has not to be deployed. ये बहुत important है, ठीक है? So you need to critically give the answer so that examiner should be very impressed that you are thinking about the development and even you are giving the answer of how to solve this problem. ठीक है? Conservation of forest. These all are the very important topic. Why not only the view of 10th class or 12th class board exam, even for the entire world is working on this. इसलिए बहुत important है, ठीक है? So take little bit seriously for these topics. तो very often asked 3 or 4 marks के questions देखे गए इस chapters में से. Steps taken to conserve the forest. So you should must know the Protection Act of 1972. बहुत important था. Creation of the national park and wild life sanctuaries. If the question comes, suppose I don't want it to ask the direct questions, how I will be asking? Do you feel the national parks and wild importance of the national park and wildlife sanctuaries? What the answer should be? Conservation of the forest. With that only you need to explain the answer. Okay. So this is what very, very important. Why this is protection by the government law. So if the question comes, what are the protection? Why the protection by government law? On what? Then again, these are the answers only. A public awareness program. So what are public awareness program? You have seen that in the schools also, lot of program we run, Swachh Bharat, plantation. Why all these things we do? There are all this part of this. So awareness will be there, so we will take care of near our surrounding. Okay? The role of communities in conservation. Again, बहुत case based questions often comes. Supposed to be the question has come. You as a citizen, okay, of the country and nearby your place, how your community will work towards the conservation. What are the answer? So that is what they are the Chipko movement. You should remember very important movement. It was the, you can mention that people huge trees to stop them from the being cut. Okay, started in Uttarakhand. So like that way, do you have 5, 6 points or not? How you will give? If suppose if they have asked what in your community, so we can't like in Telangana you have heard Harita Har by KCR. Okay, he started in the every community and all. Lot of plants will be donated and all. Like that way, you have to think in your state what are the conservation planning is going on towards the water, towards the greenery, that you have to must give the answer. Okay, so this is all the area where you need to must okay. Okay, so Chipko movement, all of you should remember like that way, find out in your state what are the conservation, okay, program has been taken by the local and by the government. Please must write down. Okay, Chipko movement became very famous, so you people can note down that. A part of that, how many things you know about your state. Okay. कम्युनिटी एंड फॉरेस्ट मैनेजमेंट, अगेन कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन, याद रखना। अगेन यू कुड सी दैट दिस टू आर इंटरलिंक, दिस टू आर इंटरलिंक, so you have to, your answer should be related to the benefit first। क्या है बेनिफिट के कौन से पॉइंट है, चेक इट आउट। Yes, joint forest management. Good. So, what are the benefits? Forest protection improves. Local people get forest resources. Sustainable use of forest becomes possible. Okay. So, ये बहुत important चीज है, community and forest management. Why it's needed? Why the management needed in community and forest? Okay. तो ये 3 पॉइंट पे ही आंसर है ना हमारा। कीवर्ड, अगेन चेक इट। वाइल्ड लाइफ कंजर्वेशन, endangered species, instinct species, कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन। ठीक है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसके मीनिंग्स पता रहना, 1-2 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं। मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस ऑफ दिस चैप्टर, जस्ट चेक इट आउट। जल्दी से नोट डाउन कर लो सारे इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर, कोशिश करो इसको खत्म करने के लिए। नोट डाउन। Written all of you? So must do the practice. These are the very important questions. Questions will be with the Tuesday, direct and all. It will be from here only. Now chapter number 3, water resources. अब इम्पॉर्टेंट ये चैप्टर पूरा कैसे डिवाइड है, हाउ दिस चैप्टर्स आर डिवाइडेड, इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ वाटर रिसोर्सेज, वाटर स्कैरसिटी इन इंडिया, मल्टीपर्पज रिवर वैली, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, द एंटायर चैप्टर हैज बीन डिवाइडेड इनटू दिस टॉपिक। बट मोस्ट बोर्ड क्वेश्चंस कम्स फ्रॉम वेयर, क्वेश्चंस कहाँ से आते हैं, क्वेश्चन विल कम फ्रॉम कॉजेज ऑफ वाटर स्कैरसिटी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बहुत 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 इंपॉर्टेंट है। ठीक है, वाटर स्कैरसिटी ये जानना, commonly we should know that। Multi-purpose or river project, why so many river projects in your city, in your state? What are the river projects? Do you know the name of the river project? If you write that as an example, think of that, how the examiner will be impressed. Rainwater harvesting method, start from your home कि what are the precaution and what are the measures you people take towards a rain harvesting? Okay, it's supposed to be during the time of, you have seen in our country during the rainy days what is the condition of the roads, what the government in central level and state level, have they brought any project towards a rainwater harvesting, or just the water is wasting only? That you should think and you need to answer it accordingly। और यहाँ पे बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैप वर्क ऑल्सो इंक्लूडेड मेजर डैम्स इन इंडिया। ओके, दैट कैन कम एज अ क्वेश्चन, तो याद रखना है, इंपॉर्टेंट है थोड़ा सा। ठीक है, नाउ द डेफिनेशन अगेन, as I said that this might be obviously question, think थोड़ा फिर से सोचो, water scarcity, multipurpose and rainwater harvesting, these are the only important questions from where the questions will be around। So do you have the introduction line? If not, तो your line has to start from here only। ठीक है, इसको हम इंट्रोडक्शन भी बोल सकते हैं, स्पेशली डेफिनेशन ऑफ्टन कम्स विद 1 or 2 मार्क्स, सो थोड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको मकटअप कर लेना है। ओके, एटलीस्ट यू शुड राइट लाइक व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, so collecting and storing rainwater for a future use। So you can start in your own language, but you should must have 1-2 lines of introduction line। इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ वाटर रिसोर्सेज जो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। ठीक है, सो यू कुड सी दैट इम्पोर्टेंस कॉन्सेप्ट एक बार लिख लो, ये 5 पॉइंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। वाई वाटर इज एसेंशियल, वाई वाटर रिसोर्सेज, व्हाट वाटर रिसोर्सेज, हाउ वाटर रिसोर्सेज, हाउ, वाई, हाउ, एक्सप्लेन, व्हाट, एनीथिंग। की टर्म्स आर व्हाट, ड्रिंकिंग, एग्रीकल्चर, इंडस्ट्री, हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिक पावर, डोमेस्टिक यूज। इसी पे ही पूरा आंसर रहना है, ठीक है। कुड यू सी दैट ऑल ऑफ यू? जल्दी से लिख लो, फास्ट फास्ट राइट डाउन। And India has many rivers, but water distribution is uneven. ये याद रखना, ये this is a very important water scarcity. Do you have the main causes, key points? What are the key points? Industrialization, over irrigation, urbanization, unequal rainfall, rapid population growth. Frequently asked question. What are the reason of water scarcity in India? Or यहाँ पे if I am writing my answer in this 5 point, unequal rainfall. So which example I'll take? मुंबई में पता है ना सिचुएशन कैसा रहता है, how it will be. So that I will write down. Then over irrigation where, तो you should must have the answer with the example. अगर ये 5 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है तो यू हैव टू गिव द एग्जाम्पल और नॉट। अर्बनाइजेशन का कहाँ का दोगे, from where you have to give the answer. Industrialization, give some example. Okay, unequal rainfall, give the example. Which city, which state you know, especially which city you know, but over irrigation, where the industrialization has causes the water scarcity. कौन सी जगह पे पानी नहीं है? दिल्ली, for an example. You know now how the condition of the Delhi in month of May and April and June. Why? Water scarcity. Why? Think of that. Because rapid population growth, okay, how the water, then think of that. Same way the industrialization, where we'll have the more factories and industry, but there is no more river and all. Think of, so as an example, examiner will be looking for the main answer. उसको आंसर चाहिए। Like see, Aditya, over yes, irrigation in Haryana and Punjab. Very good. Western Uttar Pradesh. So understood? You should write down the keyword answer. ये 5 point है, इनमें से एग्जाम्पल दे दो। विच स्टेट्स इज रियली इट विल बी वेरी गुड टू स्कोर द मार्क्स, ओके। तो क्योंकि हमको ज्योग्राफी में वी नीड द एग्जाम्पल मोर। मल्टीपर्पज रिवर, अगेन 3 to 5 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं। दीज प्रोजेक्ट्स, मतलब कि प्रोजेक्ट्स के बारे में बहुत चांसेस आता है, हमेशा पूछा जाता है विच आर द प्रोजेक्ट, ओके। तो दी if the questions comes, so you should know that how the projects help and what are the main example. They're like Hirakund project, Nagarjuna Sagar project, okay, Bhakra Nangal projects. These are important projects, and what actually these projects help us, तो वो हमको पता रहना चाहिए। एंड यू शुड राइट डाउन ऑल्सो ड्रिंकिंग वाटर सप्लाई, फ्लड कंट्रोल, नेविगेशन, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेशन, irrigation. These are the 5 points mandatory. Whether they ask for the 3, 4, 5, you have already the 5 points. So your answer should be structured among these keywords answer only. तो ये main bulletin point है which you have to highlight and then you have to narrate your answer. ठीक है, जैसे इरिगेशन को हम हाईलाइट कर देंगे, देन यू शुड राइट डाउन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेशन, हाईलाइट, देन यू आंसर, क्योंकि इंपॉर्टेंट है, बहुत रिपीटेडली आते हैं ये। सो आई एम माइट बी आई एम स्पीकिंग, आई एम टेलिंग टू यू ऑल इन वेरी इजी वे, यू पीपल टेक लिटिल बिट सीरियसली, ओके। तो ये ऑफ्टन आता है, ऑफ्टन का मतलब क्या है? चांसेस है अगेन टू कम, ओके। सो थोड़ा सा इसको सीरियसली लेना है, वी हैव टू टेक इट। So these are criticism of large dam. ओके, इम्पॉर्टेंट एनालिटिकल क्वेश्चन टॉपिक। ये एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जहां पे कंफ्यूज करके लेकर आ सकते हैं। यू कुड सी दैट पिक्चर आई हैव एडेड व्हाइल देयर इज अ पिक्चर क्वेश्चंस आल्सो कैन आस्क, एनालिटिकल क्वेश्चन आल्सो कैन आस्क कि व्हाट आर द व्हाई लार्ज डैम्स आर क्रिएटिंग द प्रॉब्लम। तो यू हैव टू मस्ट गिव द आंसर। तो यहाँ पे मैं दे उसका आंसर दे दी हूँ, यू हैव टू जस्ट राइट डाउन इन योर लैंग्वेज। मेन इज सॉइल इरोजन, लॉस ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, एनवायरमेंटल डैमेज एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द पीपल। ठीक है, तो कंप्लीटली यू शुड राइट बट गिव द एग्जाम्पल where it happened, which state happened, and at least one and two places you have to give the answer accordingly. ठीक है, ये हमको याद रखना है। तो आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू हैव रिटन दिस। थोड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है एनालिटिकल क्वेश्चंस के लिए। तो द टाइम द क्वेश्चन हैज कम, यू पीपल विल स्ट्रगल फॉर व्हाट शॉर्टेज ऑफ द कीवर्ड्स। यू वोंट बी अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्या लिखना क्या लिखना क्या लिखना। दीज आर द फोर लाइन्स। ओके, लॉस ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द पीपल, एनवायरमेंटल डैमेज एंड ऑल। ठीक है, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग फ्रिक्वेंटली फ्रिक्वेंटली हमेशा ही आते हैं ये। कहीं ना कहीं तो आता है, शायद 2 मार्क्स में 3 मार्क्स में आएगा ही। Okay, so example you people have to give rooftop rainwater harvesting, tankers in Rajasthan, बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है। बेनिफिट क्या है? रिचार्जेस द ग्राउंड वाटर, ओके, द लेवल ऑफ द ग्राउंड वाटर, then reduces the water scarcity. Now it's actually we have seen that since past 5 to 6 years, it has improved rain harvesting. Every house the people are going with that. We have seen that. तो लोग आजकल ज्यादा अवेयर हो रहे हैं, दे आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग द स्कैरसिटी कि कल को पानी नहीं मिलेगा तो क्या होगा। तो वेयर द हाउस दे लीव, दे हैव देयर ओन इंडिविजुअल हाउसेस, स्पेशली they go with the rain harvesting very well structure. Okay, so that you people have to must write down. And it's very important to even the any questions can come. Traditional and modern systems used for store rainwater. How you will give? So you can take some example in olden days when the rain falls. So big pot they used to keep. Okay, big pot, big place they will dig, and before only they will dig and all, क्योंकि उस जमाने में तो सब कुछ नहीं था ना, इतना इजी नहीं था, वॉशरूम नहीं थे। they need to reserve as much as water. So near their house only, they will dig a very big land and all. So that at the time of rainfall, they'll have lot of collection of the water. So these are the traditionals you have to tell, and modern system also you should say that. ठीक है, ये याद रखना है। तो ये थोड़ा सा एक क्रिटिकल क्वेश्चंस भी बन सकता है। ठीक है, roof water rain water harvesting made compulsory in Tamil Nadu. Very good, Aditya, you are going with very good competent answer. Actually, I'm liking, you have example is very good. So Aditya is giving very good examples. Okay, so this example only will allow the examiner to give the full marks. Remember, yaad rakhna hai. Points many students are writing points, example no one writes. So you have to keep target of what I'm showing the points, write down at least for the एक पॉइंट में तो एटलीस्ट एग्जाम्पल दे देना है। ठीक है, मैप वर्क वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ठीक है, ये कुछ मैप वर्ड है, इसको देख लो, जल्दी से लिख लो। You should must again also as previously slide also I told the dam. So which are the famous dams and all, बहुत important है। ठीक है, तो डैम्स आर इवन कनेक्टेड विद रिवर और नॉट। जिसको डैम्स के बारे में पता है उसको रिवर के बारे में पता रहेगा कि नहीं? वेरी कॉमन। Okay, so these both are interconnected. Rivers and dams are interconnected. When you are going with the dams, please go ahead with a river also. Which river connected with which dam? So your map pointing at once only it will be done. Please make a note, all of you. जल्दी से करो, 1 मिनट का टाइम दे रही हूँ। Could you see that? Keyword, water scarcity. These are. Aditya wanted to ask something.
Yes, ma'am, I had doubt.
Hmm.
Ma'am, hydraulic structures in ancient India, is it important?
Yes, important. Because any case study questions can ask where they can ask modern and traditional related to. So that time you have to code that. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
This is important only. So here, keywords, please write down all of you. बहुत important again I'm repeating that every time please mug up or understand the keyword and the meaning. So entire chapter has been only focused in what keywords, water scarcity, dam, multi-purpose project, rain harvesting and irrigation. So do you have the 2 3 lines of the collection of to present? So if not then mugged up. ठीक है, मेन होता है keywords को mugged up करना and to understand the meaning of that. So mugged up means I'm just asking the key term words. You cannot write down a irrigation means I will go, I will plant something like that way. You can't speak and all. You should use the proper line, supply of water to crops. We have found that students will try to cook the stories, lot of stories. They will make the examiner to learn that story that day. No, we don't need that story. Direct line you will have to write down. So that's the reason please mugged up all this. Very important questions since past 5 years of the PYQ. From this chapter, which questions comes? What is water scarcity? Explain causes of water scarcity in India. In India, what are multi-purpose? Okay, river valley project. May again would be river valley projects are very, 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 very important. Remember that it's connected with the dams also. Okay, then explain advantage of multi-purpose project. ठीक है, ये भी याद रखना है हमको. And after that, what is it? What is rain for rain water harvesting? हमको पता ही है, ठीक है. तो इन सबको लिख लो. इस पे प्लीज क्वेश्चन प्लीज प्रैक्टिसेस without any fail. You have to practice.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Like,
Yes.
how do we know that a particular area needs a dam to be built there, or uh, it needs to be rainwater harvested or sustainable developed?
What you wanted to, I think I understood with your doubt. You wanted to know that if the questions comes like about dam and rain harvesting, like how do you know? Correct?
No, no, no. How do we know that a particular area needs dam?
Hmm. You need to identify that how many rivers they have. Dams where
Hmm.
we needed. Apply the logic. If suppose in
Okay.
your state there is no river, do you need a dam?
No.
That's answer आ गया ना. Understood?
But not every river has a dam, right?
Because see, whether the small or big they will make, but where the large dams they will make. Why
Hmm.
in Uttarakhand side, UP side, we have so many dams? Do we have there? Many?
Yes.
Big, big? Think of that. Why? Because how to control suddenly if the flood happens and all, their water will just flow like anything. So it means what? You need to do the one task, one homework, which
Hmm.
states how many
Hmm.
rivers are connected? Flows. बस
Hmm.
हो गया. Answer is there only. Okay? Hmm. Is all an analytical question and analytical way only you have to answer. ठीक है? Now chapter 4 agriculture. देखो, अब entire chapter has been divided only into the 5 points. Agriculture in India, types of farming, cropping season in India, major crops of India, and technological reforms in agriculture. Very important. The last one is very important. Technological reforms in agriculture. Could you see that? What are the most board questions come? कहाँ से आता है? The cropping season, especially. Okay, that is types of farming and major crops and their condition. And for me, if I see that the last one, technological reforms. Okay, lot of reforms has been done, especially since past 10 years. Lot of things has been brought for the farmers and all. You should know those. Okay. So important definition, check it out all of you fast. Make a note of. बहुत important है, जल्दी से नोट कर लो. Must know how to introduce, okay? बहुत जरूरी है how to introduce, okay? The any key terms questions has come, whether the agriculture, commercial planning, plantation, anything. You should not write directly. You should know how to start with the meaning and with the definition. Important है बहुत. Importance of agriculture. Again, is very हमको पता है frequently asked concept question. मैं agriculture related questions comes very frequently. Concept questions है, okay? So in that also is what are the main point which you people have to highlight? It provides a food to the population. We know that, okay? Provides raw material to the industry, the population, industry, employment, and national income. What are the 4 points? Remember that population, industries, then employment, and the national income. Okay, could you see that? This is what you have to remember that. So these are the 4 key topics in which you will be writing the answer. Population, it serves the food to the population. The population is the one. Second is industries. Second, third is employment. Fourth is national income. So entire agriculture topic, when it comes, your answer should be flow into that. Population, industries, employment, and national income. ठीक है? ये याद रखना है. Then you have to write accordingly. Types of farming as intensive, commercial, and primitive. Okay. So like primitive might be every one of us, mostly your grandfather and might be your father and parents will have small land holding in the village and all. Okay, traditional way we will go with a few of like paddy and all you will find like we'll have at our village. The intensive substance farming means what? High use of labor. Okay. So, and commercial farming means use of modern machine and all. So, board questions often comes from this topic. तो इसके आंसर्स हमको पता रहना चाहिए. When it has been asked for the primitive substances for farming, you need to at least mention in these 3 points. Okay. 3 points also I have given to you all. You could see. जल्दी से 3 points लिख लेना है हमको. Now cropping season in India. बहुत important है. These words of the crops. Kharif crops, Rabi crops, and Zaid crops. Okay. In which month? A flow chart I have given to you all. When you are writing, you try to make this flow chart also. Okay. Like in which month they will sow the seeds? July and June. Okay. When which month it will harvested? September and October. An example also I have given rice, maize, and cotton. So these 3, I think that all of you are aware about that, but make sure that you should make a flow chart also. Okay. So just very highly repeated board questions. Okay. So remember that. Now, what are the major crops of our country? Check it out. Anything is missed by you. Often ask case-based questions. Okay. So tea, coffee, cotton, jute, each crops requires specific temperature, rainfall, and soil condition. If it has asked, okay. So you should must know rice and wheat millets, which state, coffee, tea, which states, cotton, jute, rubber, which state, sugarcane, which states. So case study questions can be asked. Okay, in this, like Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, due to the rainfall, okay, which crops, okay, the harvesting could not happen properly. Take example दे रही हूँ, case study questions. So you should know ना which states belong to which crops and all. That's very important. Okay, find out first. So whatever the see, you can make a one flow chart. Rice which state, wheat which state, millet which states. First you should have that understanding. Okay, so that any questions twisted also you will be able to write down. Okay. Technological reform important because 3 to 5 marks questions comes. Green revolution, you should know the answer related to the green revolution. बहुत important हुआ था. As I said that in Telangana Haritaharam, you have heard also. Okay. So agriculture research and education, fertilizer and pesticides, lot of project has been introduced by the government, central government, state government. तो वो हमको पता रहना चाहिए. High yield variety seeds. For that they went to the small village also. They have guided and lot of programs are running across the country. So you should know that. Okay. What are the technological reforms in agriculture? Okay, to support the farmer and all. तो थोड़ा important questions है. These all. Okay. Map work again here also. Identify the major areas. Producer status. Like rice. लिख लेना है यहाँ पे. Rice producing area of our country. Wheat producing area of our country. Largest producer states. Like sugar cane का कौन सा है. टी का कौन सा है. कॉफी का कौन सा है. रबर का कौन सा है. कॉटन का कौन सा है. जूट का कौन सा है. That you should know. Those states. Okay. So please make your flow chart also with that and do that practice, okay? And these are the keywords of this chapter. मगअप कर लो, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. 1 and 2 marks के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. एग्रीकल्चर, सब्सिस्टेंस फार्मिंग, कमर्शियल फार्मिंग, प्लांटेशन एंड एग्रीकल्चर, क्रॉपिंग सीजन. ठीक है. यस यस ब्रह्मणी, शुगर केन प्रोड्यूस. यस. ठीक है. अब ये है इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन जिसको बिल्कुल प्रैक्टिस कर लो 4 और 5 मार्क्स के लिए. ऑल ऑफ यू आफ्टर द सेशन यू शुड मस्ट प्रैक्टिस दिस आंसर कि आर यू वेल अवेड विद द स्ट्रक्चर और नॉट. You have to check what are the 3 cropping season in India. Very, very important. What are the 3 season? Okay. Explain different types of farming in India. Already I have shown. Why is agriculture important for India's economy? And what are technological reforms in agriculture? Explain characteristics of plantation and agriculture. ये important questions है. Since past 10 years से इस chapter से ये questions सभी repeat हुए हैं. Okay. Now the chapter 5, minerals and energy resources. So you could see that most board questions comes from which topic? Iron ore distribution, coal and petroleum, conventional and non-conventional energy and conservation of mineral. मैप वर्क इंक्लूड है कौन से टॉपिक से? माइंस, ऑयल फील्ड्स एंड पावर प्लांट. यहां से जनरली रिपीट होता है. जस्ट मेक अ नोट ऑफ दोस मोस्ट बोर्ड क्वेश्चंस कम्स फ्रॉम. ओके, विच इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. जल्दी से लिख लो उसको. यू कैन राइट डाउन. Now, again reflect the 2 lines of answer. Definition 1 marks and 2 marks. Conventional energy resources, non-conventional energy resources, minerals. Write down. Do you have that or not? Just check it out. Write down all this. Importance of minerals, which is very important. Could you see that? Minerals are important. Why? These are the key term answer you have to reflect. Okay. ये 4 points बहुत important रहेगा. As raw material for industry, economic development, manufacturing and constructions, and provide energy resources. So concept questions often asked and it related to the importance of minerals they have asked. Okay. Like example, iron and coals, we know that since ages, these are the very important like area, iron and coal. Remember that. Okay. Types of minerals again reflect that minerals are mainly divided into these two categories, metallic and non-metallic. Okay. And see, here again, the very short answer can come like iron ore, copper, bauxite, from which states it's more. Okay. तो वो states का नाम भी याद रखना बहुत जरूरी है. Okay. So if you know with the states in geography, anytime when you are going ahead, make sure that you should know the state also. Okay. All the topic you should know with the states so that it will be good for giving the answer accordingly. बहुत important है. Some of you are already writing the answer. Okay. So copper, which states? Iron, which states? Okay. Limestone, which states? Remember that. Okay. बहुत बहुत important है. Conventional energy resources. Traditional, you could see that these are traditional energy resources. बहुत important है. Coal, petroleum, natural gas, electricity from thermal power. ठीक है? So you have to give the example a lot in this. Characteristics. This is also very important. Often asked in comparison question. From here, the comparison questions can be asked. ठीक है, वो हमको याद रखना है कि किस तरीके से we have to just must aware about the traditional energy resources of what and characteristics. ठीक है, so non-conventional energy resources again see that. Okay, these are the renewable energy resources. Okay, solar, wind, biogas, geothermal energy. Okay, and advantages are what? Renewable and environmental friendly. So ये सब mandatory है which we have to write down. Okay. Okay. Now see the conservation of minerals. Could you see that? बहुत important है this method. Very, very important. Frequently asked 3 marks questions. Mostly every year, you could see that. So in that, you could see that recycling metal, efficient use of resources, using alternative energy resources and reducing wastage. So I'm giving the answer to you all so that you should write your answer accordingly. ठीक है, ये points mandatory है, miss नहीं करना. ठीक है. And map work, very important. Check it out. These are the map work. Iron ore, coal mines, oil fields. Okay, so these are, and do this practice after these sessions for the geography, so the geography will be completed. History, you all have completed properly, I feel. History and political science is done now. I hope that all of you should score the full marks. Every topic, everything I have covered, okay? Now, geography, after this sessions, you people please complete whatever I have shown, the map work, and important question I have given now. So that important questions will be done. So that evening we will cover with economics. So your history, civics, geography should be done by afternoon. Take a rest. Revision we can do for the economics in the evening. Okay, so that you should complete at least 60 marks of questions completely ready. तो ये बहुत important है. Make sure that after the session you people have to do the map pointing of this work. ठीक है? Keywords of this you could see that. बहुत important. Mugged up, mugged up. बार बार बता रही. Rote learning कर लो. ठीक है, विदाउट एनी फेल यू पीपल हैव टू गो अहेड विद दैट. मिनरल का मीनिंग क्या है, डेफिनेशन क्या है, कंजर्वेशन का मीनिंग क्या है, डेफिनेशन क्या है. 1 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन अगर आ गया तो क्या करेंगे, व्हाट यू विल राइट. You cannot write in your words in that. Definition cannot be write in your words. Okay. The minerals are very useful for us. We will get from there and here. No, we are not interested in that answer. We need the proper answer. Keywords answer of the definition. Natural substance in earth. This is what the answer. Convention energy. Don't cook story. There is that. No. Traditional energy resources. Okay. Conservation means what? कुछ नहीं कि यहाँ पे सेव कर रहे हैं वो कर रहे हैं कुछ नहीं प्रोटेक्शन एंड केयरफुल यूज सो इट शुड बी द डायरेक्ट आंसर ठीक है तो इसीलिए बार बार मैं दिखा रही हूँ गो विद द डायरेक्ट आंसर विच इज हैज बीन रिटन इन द बुक ओके एम आई क्लियर these are the 8 top very important question write down fast what are minerals explain difference between metallic and non-metallic minerals what are conventional energy resources explain advantages of conventional energy resources and why is conservation of mineral necessary. So it means what you if it came for any of these questions has come for the 4 marks, 3 marks, 5 marks, you should know to start with the introduction like mineral. You should start with the mineral. 2 lines you write down. Metallic का definition क्या है, non-metallic का definition क्या है, conventional energy का definition क्या है. First definition or meaning. Then write the point. Social में ये mandatory है to do like that way. Okay? Definition, meaning, then start writing the points. Then conclude the answer in your 2-3 lines. Okay? तो हमको इस तरीके से ही करना है. ठीक है? Now the last. See the overview. So what are the 4 points of this chapter from where the questions come? Importance of manufacturing, industrial location factors, environmental degradation and control of population pollution. Okay, ये है area. ठीक है? These are the 4 area from where the questions comes of this chapter. So you should focus on manufacturing, industrial location factor, environmental degradation and control of industrial pollution. याद रखना. अब देख लो important definition क्या है इस chapters के. Again, the manufacturing, industry, industrialization and it's very, very important industrial pollution also. So you have a 2 lines of answer or not. So the 1 marks and 2 marks of questions often will ask from these keywords only. ठीक है तो वो keywords के आंसर हमारे पास रहने चाहिए definition रहनी चाहिए Importance of manufacturing industries. Frequently 3 to 4 marks के questions आए हैं. And in that, if the question comes, what are the 5 main points? Check that. Do you have that? Again, could you say that economic growth, employment, reduce dependence on agriculture? Very important line. Because industry, when it has come, so what happened? If you see the Russia Revolution and French Revolution also, when the industries has been introduced, so farming, the people got another opportunity apart of the farming, going to as a worker to the industry as a daily wages and they used to earn. Got it? That is what you have to understand how the employment has entered in 1700 or 1800 century only when the industry has been introduced. Got it here? तो ये difference एक example दे सकते हो. Contribution of manufacturing, okay, to economy. बहुत बहुत important है ये. Often asked in analytical question. Okay. So India aims to increase manufacturing. We are aware about that. Lot of not startups has been started towards the manufacturing. Lot of startup. And that example you can give, okay? And so that you can score the good marks. Just make sure that this points has to be. Factors affecting the location industry. Very common board questions. Very common. Industries are located based on what? Labor supply, power supply, transportation, market availability, government policy. These all factors, okay, affecting the location of the industry. We can't start now. Industrial pollution. Air, water, land, noise, you all are aware about that. Effects include what? Environmental damage, health problem, and soil and water. ये केस बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आते हैं इससे. Write down all of you. Now again, control of industrial pollution. Often asked as a solution based questions, okay? अब मैप वर्क बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको नोट डाउन कर लो ऑल ऑफ यू, प्लीज नोट डाउन, डू दिस प्रैक्टिस ऑल्सो, वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. Keywords again, take a screenshot. Manufacturing, industry, industrialization, pollution and infrastructure. तो इसके लाइन्स हमको कैसे लिखने हैं? I have shared the lines also. Directly you can go ahead with that, okay? Now very important board questions. From these chapters, from the last 10 years of the PYQ, you could see that these are the questions has come repeatedly, okay? So what is, please take the screenshot, all of you, and do this practice for the today. All this chapter wise, whatever the important questions I have given, please do this practice, okay? So that you will be ready for the geography exam. And all the questions and all somehow twisted or what, it will come from here only, okay? The chapter note, you need to remember that, okay? So map work, theory questions are not there. Most questions comes from major seaport and international airport. Okay, remember that. यहाँ से आएंगे, ठीक है? So I have given you from this chapter what will come. Major seaport you should remember, and international airport. Got it? So do the practice, all of you. Today evening we will meet for economics. Okay, till the time whatever the important questions I have given, those please do the practice at any cost so that you ready for the geography. Okay.